Hello, my name is John Santillan and I am the founder of Denari. We process $14 million on a monthly basis worth of payments. We are backed by successful global VC such as Foxmont Capital Philippines, 500 Startup, Abu Dhabi Investment Office, Mira Capital, Class 5, and IMO VC. As a Filipino, living in the UAE for the last 17 years, I experienced the problem in sending money home. It's expensive and it's really time consuming. Not only that, there's a lot of Filipinos like me that work abroad that left their family back home, their son, their daughter, their parents, and it's really painful to think that they miss their children's childhood, their birthday, or even their graduation day. To come here and to work really hard to provide a better life for their family back home. And at the end of the month, international money transfer charge up to 9% per transaction whenever they send money home. And that is the reason we developed Denari, to enable money transfer using a mobile app, a web, and an API to send money cheaper, better, with no hidden charges. We started as a consumer application back in 2019 and extended our services to businesses to allow them to pay their suppliers and vendors locally and internationally. We also realized the massive and growing international B2B payments, growing 5% every year and an estimated to $156 trillion market next year. Our team has more than 45 years of experience both in financial and technology industry from companies such as Stripe, Careem, EMQ, Paytm, and the likes. We make money in two ways. We make money from FX and we make money from the fees. So you might want to ask, John, how does it really work? It's simple. You choose how much you want to send. Second, you choose who do you want to send to. And third, you choose the payment method to pay your transfer. Once it's ready, both sender and receiver will receive a notification once the money is ready for collection. If you would like to learn more, you can reach out to me via email or via WhatsApp or visit our website. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Edward, CEO and founder of Forgives. We've been doing peer to peer Forgives transactions informally in the Philippines for decades, between friends, co-workers, and acquaintances. Now we are digitalizing the process and taking it to the 21st century. Forgives is the first buy now, pay later platform in the country that allows consumers to pay for goods and services at four equal, interest free installments. Only a privileged few have credit cards in the country, 5%, due to very high bank standards for credit worthiness. It is not financially inclusive. A lot of consumers are forced to resort to OLAs or online lending apps, predatory type of lending that charges a minimum of 20% interest. Some OLAs even ask for payroll debit card as collateral, further drowning the borrower in debt. Also, many merchants are not realizing their full sales potential since credit is limited to the upper economic classes. Our solution is our product, a buy now, pay later platform with no interest, no complicated fee structure. It is a revolving type of credit where you only apply once and are provided with a credit line, much like a regular credit card. For the merchant, it will help increase their sales by offering a deferred payment option, making their product more attractive to the potential buyers. Our platform can be used for both online and offline channels, as you can see here. We take 5 to 10% from sales as merchant discount rates. We don't charge the consumer. Filipino consumers don't really have much affinity for paying interest and fees. We charge 20% MDR or merchant discount rate for group buying sales events. We can command a higher MDR by driving our users to merchants through volume purchases, much like the Groupon model in the United States. If you have a sales drive, let us know and we'll promote it to all our users within your region. We do have late payment penalties, but it is capped. Then we deactivate the account. We'll give the user a chance to catch up with their payments and not drown them in debt. Total addressable market is the $185 billion retail industry in the Philippines, while the serviceable addressable market is a $32 billion consumer credit market. We believe we can obtain a 10% market share in 3 years through creative partnerships and timely product development to improve the user experience. These are our local competitors. As you can see here, they offer variable terms and interest rates. What makes us different from them is this: no complicated interest rates, terms, and fees. You shop now, pay later, 4 installments at 0% interest. Secondly, we don't loan out cash. It's a revolving credit, much like a credit card. Since starting operations early this year, we have accomplished the following: signed up 50,000 users, 1,000 are active in our beta testing, and about 600 active merchants in our platform. We have already obtained lending and payment licenses, secured a partnership with a bank to use our Union Pay account for their merchant network, and we'll be doing a soft launch first week of November. How it works is just you apply through our website. You go through the KYC process. Once approved, you log into the website or mobile app. Then you can start making your purchases from our 600 merchants. You check out and pay your 25% down payment. You will get your code that you can redeem in stores, both online and in-store. The rest are paid every 2 weeks. The team is composed of young, dynamic, and resourceful members with the talent and experience working in a startup environment. We are backed by members with extensive experience in fintech and real estate, having started QuickWire in 2014, a profitable Series A company. We have raised $300,000 in our pre-seed round. Now, we are asking for $2 million for balance sheet lending and to grow and scale the business. In exchange, we are offering a safe instrument with a $6 million pre-money valuation. Thank you, and see you in our booth.
NextPay is a digital banking suite that puts the power of big banks in the hands of small businesses. When the pandemic hit, thousands of Filipinos lost their jobs, and the only jobs available at the time were in the essential services, which is why Audrey, one of our clients, started a pay-by-the-hour courier service. And she was doing well, helping people find jobs, until she realized that it was hard to pay her drivers because they didn't have bank accounts. None of them did. And she wanted to hire more people, but it would have made her life more difficult. And Audrey isn't alone here. This is a problem shared by hundreds of thousands of fellow entrepreneurs. And that's because the Philippines, as you guys know, is a cash-based economy. Most businesses actually still have to go to banks to manually deal in cash and checks, for instance. And the reason we have to deal with this is because most of the financial services today are really for larger companies who can afford them. And even then, there's a whole lot of other BS that you gotta deal with. And to think that small businesses like Tita Wilma's Cafeteria are the backbone of our economy. So why are they still tremendously underserved financially? And so that's why we built NextPay. NextPay helps companies in 3 ways. First, for collecting money, NextPay allows businesses to send digital invoices and payment links which allows them to accept money from most payment channels. Second, for sending money, businesses can use us to pay their employees and suppliers all in one go to any bank and any e-wallet or remittance center. And lastly, managing money means accurate tracking and recording tools that easily connect to payroll and accounting systems. So NextPay is doing what banks are failing to do for small businesses. Again, that's because they're focused mainly on large businesses. And on top of that, we have no setup fees, minimum or maintaining balances, or any of the ridiculous requirements that you'd expect to see in a bank. We make money through transaction fees only when money goes in and out. And so we're accessible and affordable to even the smallest of entrepreneurs. So since we began in January of 2020, we've managed to help several startups already in the Philippines, and we hope to help you guys too. And in fact, for everyone watching this, we actually have a very, very special affordable rate for disbursements for our audience today. And all you need to do is sign up and use the promo code FREEDAO sabi ni Don. Take a photo of it while you can. All right, so here's how we help some of our customers. Lab at Home offers on-demand lab tests from your home. Opening a corporate bank account with steep requirements was a challenge for new business. And so they needed an efficient way to collect customer payments and then use that money to pay their employees easily and on time. But with NextPay, we're now able to help them with exactly that, and also help them realize 30% savings. And their collection rate has improved a lot since they've started using our invoicing. KinderCare is another one of our customers. They are a retail store that employs over 400 promodizers across the country. Now, prior to using NextPay, they used to use a combination of two banks and Palawan Express, which is a remittance center, so that they could pay their employees across the country. And they spent a full 3 days on payroll. But with NextPay, this process has been brought down to a few hours and now under one place. So my co-founder, Ulrich, and I were born here, but worked with unicorn companies in the United States and Canada. And so we're able to apply the best practices abroad into the local landscape and culture. And we have a solid team of 47 talented folks who help us come up with awesome things for you. So we are NextPay, and we are bringing digital finance to you. Thank you.
Do you know that in 2019, 80% of legal problems in the Philippines did not receive legal assistance? Imagine if we could solve the problem of access to justice without leaving your home. Hi, I'm Marlon Balderrama, CEO of Blacksmith, and I'm here to tell you that we can. Access to justice powered by Blacksmith. The global legal industry market is a 1 trillion industry with 4.9 annual growth rate. Part of this is the Philippine legal industry market, which is ripe for disruption because we have 25,000 practicing lawyers ready to be tapped in this huge market. And there's a large chunk of clients waiting to be tapped, mostly OFWs, SMEs, and startups that are having difficulty of accessing legal services due to distance, money, time, and opportunity. Majority of the lawyers are still stuck in the traditional system of lawyering, thereby limiting their reach. On the other hand, people who have legal problems are reluctant to get lawyer services. Let's admit it. We have a problem in getting lawyer services. It's either you are intimidated or you are afraid that it will cost you so much. That's why, just like most Filipinos, OFWs, SMEs, and startups are afraid to access legal service because of uncertainty in legal spending, intimidating factors, and sometimes difficulty accessing lawyers. There is really a legal service gap in the market brought about by this problem of access to justice. We have a solution for that. We want to solve this problem of access to justice by making access to legal service less intimidating and more approachable, as if you are in a coffee shop. We made it convenient by giving user online access to lawyers as easy as ordering a cup of coffee. We made it affordable by giving you the power to control your legal spending through prepaid credit base. We made it transparent by allowing users to get only the service they need without being tied to lawyer other services for more than it is necessary. Our solution for clients is twofold. Give clients online legal services accessibility by giving them affordable, safe, and convenient platform and marketplace of legal-related products and services. A one-stop shop for all legal services needs. For lawyers, our solution on the other hand are providing the lawyers an affordable, safe, and convenient platform to give them online presence and law office automation. As of now, we launched 4 products in web and mobile application form, both Android and iOS version. We are developing 4 more products for 2021-2022, and we have 12 more products in the pipeline which we want to develop for the next 5 years. One of the product of Blacksmith is Assist. It is a pre-legal crowdsourcing platform that gathers lawyers' votes and comment on a client's legal problem to give the latter an initial legal opinion on the case without spending a single cent for it. Remember, this is free, okay? Another product of Blacksmith is Consult. Consult is a paid online consultation service wherein clients can talk to a lawyer directly with a unique client-lawyer matching algorithm. It's easy. Just load credits and submit legal problem. Select lawyer and start online legal consultation using our own video conference platform. Another product of Blacksmith is Works, a lawyer's proposals crowdsourcing with escrow delivery system. Work is a free lawyer proposal crowdsourcing platform and a paid legal work escrow delivery system. Okay, it's just submit a request for proposal from Match Lawyers for free and you will receive their proposals, compare them, shortlist them, and finalize it with them. In this product, you will be protected against non-delivery of legal works because your payment of lawyer's fee will be held in escrow and will only be released upon delivery and your approval of the final draft. Another product of Blacksmith is for lawyers. For lawyers, we created a cloud-based law office management software that helps lawyers to automate their law of practice and assist them in their day-to-day operation. We have one product that is for launching, and we call it Docs, a chatbot that can assemble legal document for you using artificial intelligence and machine learning. We have another product under development. We called it e-Notary, a remote electronic notarial system that makes notarization of document easy, convenient, and secured. As to business model, each product has different revenue stream. We earn from platform fee, lawyer's list fee, ads, per document fee, and our future business potential are retainer subscription fee and setup fee, and others. Okay. As of market opportunity, before the COVID-19 pandemic, there is a big opportunity for vulnerable people only with a combined market size of 13 million. OFWs, SMEs, and startup and PWDs. There are 25,000 small medium law firms in the Philippines that could benefit from Blacksmith. With the threat of COVID-19, online legal transactions are now the trend and the course are already online. The opportunity is much bigger. Now we have Philippines, by next 3 years, Southeast Asia, and so on. We believe it is replicable in other countries with the same condition as it exists in ASEAN and then USA and Europe. We have what it takes because of our unique selling proposition. As of November 2021, we already have 45,000 clients and 900 lawyers registered with almost 3 million worth of transaction. We believe that we have the potential to be successful owing to the combined skills and experience of the people behind it. Our team are composed of people who work together for a long period of time with complementary skills and collaborative attitude. We have domain expertise in the field needed to make this startup work successfully. As our great President Ramon Magsaysay said, those who have less in life should have more in laws. Blacksmith is one step forward of fulfilling this dream by giving ordinary people access to justice in leveling the playing field. We hope that you join us in our journey and be part of a great endeavor of bringing to the world your everyday legal app, Blacksmith, legal help in a click.
Hello, I'm Kurt Molina. I'm the head of merchant products at Belize, a card-free buy now pay later payment platform in the Philippines. I would like to introduce to you guys to our product, which is fairly new in the market. Um, so Belize actually is a top-rated card-free buy now pay later. We are currently 4.8 on Google Play Store and App Store. And the company behind Belize is called First Digital Finance Corporation, which was established in 2015. Currently, we are backed by private equity firms and managed by ex-McKinsey consultants. And the platform is actually used by 300 plus online and offline merchants using the platform. The company is fully licensed by SEC as a financing company and as an operator of payment system by the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas. Currently, the problem that we're trying to solve in the Philippines is a lot of customers actually don't have credit cards. According to a study by BSP way back in 2017, less than 2% of adult Filipinos actually own credit card. And this is actually a challenge for a lot of merchants selling medium to high ticket items. So providing installment solution can actually help merchants increase their average order value and conversion rate by simply adding a additional payment method at the checkout. So our solution is not solely a payment option, but we can be viewed as a sales optimization tool. Our merchants can actually easily implement our sales and marketing tools that could help them guide customers and provide instant financing at the checkout. Currently, Belize actually offers different payment products. We actually have an adaptive checkout that allows us to accommodate every price point depending on the customer's choosing. So first is short-term payment plan, which is an interest-free payment solution. So we offer Pay in 4, which is very popular, and Pay Later for small purchases. We are also offering long-term installment solution, and this is actually very popular for big purchases that help customers increase their affordability. And then currently, merchants can either offer 0% APR or interest-bearing plan, depending on the use case. So how Belize works. Merchants can actually easily integrate Belize. We have available plugins with different e-commerce solutions. What happens is that customers can easily check out at every merchant store and then sign up with just one valid government ID and get approved in less than 5 minutes. Some customers who already have an account, they can just easily redirect it to our app where they can complete the payment. And depending on the payment options that the merchants are offering, that's basically what the customer will see. So it can be 0% interest or longer terms. And again, the solution basically is to pay on behalf of the customer. So merchants are completely protected from any credit or fraud risks. Currently, we are partnered with different e-commerce software like Shopify, Magento, PrestaShop in WooCommerce, and we're also integrated with payment processors such as 2C2P, Paynamics, Box, DragonPay, and Sendit. And of course, we're happy to collaborate with different startups, especially in this space, and basically offer buy now, pay later to their customers or to their market. And then aside from online solution, we actually offer offline or in-store solution. So currently about like 50 plus merchants in the Philippines are actually offering Belize in store. So there's also a use case for Belize wherein you can create a payment link and send it to the customer if they would like to avail the product or your product or services in easy installments. And this is just some of our merchant partners in the Philippines, and we're happy to collaborate with other potential partners and strategic partners.
Hi, we are Exora Technologies. We are the first end-to-end digital energy solutions platform that's engineered to deliver electricity savings through innovative technology. So the Philippine market is actually, at least the consumer market is overpaying by about $1.53 billion annually in terms of energy costs compared to other Asian countries. And to address this, our nation has actually passed a law, no, to deregulate the energy industry. So basically, this is providing consumer choice to consumers. So we're not the only country to have done this. No, other countries such as Singapore and Japan are also fully deregulated. So Exora as a business is really trying to address this important issue or trying to answer this, no, in behalf of our customers, which is the importance of energy savings to our to businesses. And as we all know, no, energy is a primary factor input for almost every single industry in the world. No? And as automation comes into play, and as most robotics are adopted and most technologies adopted, energy will grow more and more in importance to our day-to-day lives and to basically a component to every product that we use. And being able to ensure that we get the best cost for that particular factor input is, of course, very crucial, no, to all industries. So Exora is the only market-validated technology in the Philippines. As an energy platform, we're currently servicing over 28 commercial industrial facilities, and we have saved our customers over $1.4 million in cost reductions, no, or roughly translating about 70 million Philippine pesos. So we firmly believe that we cannot cure what we cannot diagnose, in the same way that we cannot reduce costs if you don't understand energy consumption data. So Exora is a data-driven energy process. So and we're preparing this because, of course, we're walking into not actually walking. No, we're quite sprinting towards a data-driven future. And so a data-driven process is, of course, what we also need, you know, to be at par with the requirements of the future. So one of our flagship products is Exora Source. We have a first live auction platform end-to-end marketplace for energy in the Philippines, a derivatives market for power purchase agreements. And we help our customers source the best contracts from 47 different energy suppliers here in the country. So there's over 80% market participation on Exora's platform on all available energy, competitive retail energy that's available in the market. So we consider different factors, no, that will help our consumers get the best contract that is fit for them and that makes sense for their business and for their operations. So Exora saved our customer, no, basically up to 40% of the energy costs, no, are processed about 9 times faster. So we're the first and the fastest digital energy procurement process in the country. And it's also a data-driven process. So the platform generates insights, no, that's automated, that helps the customer in the selection and the evaluation of different offers so that they can get the offer that is best suited for their business, no, and for the growth that they're forecasting for their operations. So these are just some of Exora's most recent customers, no, some of our flagship customers. And so Converge ICT, CMOS, no, Bounty Fresh, no, Liberty Flour Mills, no, Rain or Shine, Asian Coatings, Alliance Packaging, and Best Pack. So, what is the future of electricity? Our vision is really to equip the Philippines, no, to participate in the upcoming technologies, no, that will be available, no, to the Philippines and other ASEAN countries. So, we want to be able to partake of distributed generation, no, and prepare also the country for demand side management. So we believe that through data, you know, and through securing that, no, and through different processes that we have built, no, and our different platforms, no, that are in parallel with each other, no, we're able to cater the Philippine market and help us, no, and other ASEAN countries in the future to fully partake, no, of what the future of electricity can truly become. So we are Exora, and we hope to be our customers' lifetime energy partners.
Hi, my name is Kathleen Acosta, COO and co-founder of Jazzybay. We provide affordable and accessible digital solutions for traditional businesses. I remember when my sister-in-law, who was about to give birth, got her operation delayed until the hospital received their down payment. We were deprived of essential healthcare service and suffered a life-threatening event simply because our money was remitted from abroad and the hospital wasn't equipped to accept payments online. This is a common problem in developing countries like the Philippines, where essential businesses are underserved by existing providers who are mainly eyeing retail, e-commerce, and mainstream establishments. What is surprising to know is that despite a handful of providers available today, the process of adapting cashless payment is challenging. We are targeting roughly 45 billion US dollars worth of payments yearly across multiple industries, where major players aren't able to compete because they will need to spend longer time understanding how traditional businesses operate before providing the right solution. Our target customers are businesses that are heavily invested in legacy infrastructures that doesn't work well with the current providers. Now, think of Jazzybay as a versatile platform that helps companies achieve meaningful innovations by providing access to digital solutions that aren't expensive and difficult to use. Jazzybay provides a unified payment platform where businesses can easily collect payments online, even without a website. They can even send out an automated invoice to streamline their billing and collection, and a voucher system where they can process and sell vouchers securely. For our business model, we make a cut for every successful payment transactions and also get a subscription fee for premium value-added services. Existing players require huge security deposits, setup fees, monthly transaction quota, annual fees, and technical integration. The entire process is unpleasant, expensive, and confusing, making traditional businesses forgo cashless payments. Our strategy is to scale without having to compete directly with bigger companies. We will do this by enabling any businesses to operate our digital solutions without expensive hardwares, upfront investment, and technical skills. Today, we have over 450 businesses signed up to our platform for 3 years, and another 200 businesses in our sales pipeline. This month, we have also listed 1,200 hospitals and over 5,000 schools in our digital payment valet service to help us accelerate our growth. We grew our GTV and revenue by 3 times over the last 12 months, and we expect to achieve 1.8 million US dollars annual GTV and 65,000 US dollars annual revenue by the end of 2021. We expect to achieve 660 million US dollars annual GTV and over 23 million US dollars annual revenue by 2024. My co-founder Joshua and I are both second-time founders who started our first company together. We also have a strong team with over 10 years of experience leading operations, sales, product and development, and customer experience. We are raising 800,000 US dollars for our pre-Series A round. This will help us finance our continuous merchant acquisition, product and development, expansion of our go-to marketing team, and the head of sales and head of marketing. To lead the acquisition of 1,000 merchants over the next 12 months and achieve over 100,000 US dollars monthly revenue. If you want to join our mission in providing underserved companies an access to digital solutions that aren't expensive and difficult, come reach out to us afterwards. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Josh. I am the head of sales for Paymongo, and today I'd like to introduce to you how we simplify payments for the modern business. But first, a brief background on Paymongo. We started last June 2019, and we raised our seed funding within 4 months with a $2.7 million seed raise from our investors Y Combinator and Stripe. And then we were regulated by the BSP under the Registered Operators of Payment Systems by Feb 2020. And then we raised our Series A of last September 2020. And since December 2019 to 2020, we've achieved 45x in monthly transaction volume growth. And we're partnered with over 15,000 merchants and growing. So I'd like to introduce to you our founding members. Starting from the left, we have Francis Plaza, our CEO, Luis Sia, our Chief Commercial Officer, Jaime Hing, our Chief Technology Officer. And some of our investors include Stripe, Thiel Capital, one of the co-founders of PayPal, Bedrock Capital, one of the co-founders of Tinder, and Y Combinator. So COVID has accelerated the need for businesses to go online, and payments is an essential need for every online business. But the problem is that payment services can be extremely painful. You have long negotiations and paperworks, complex API documentations, several customer complaints and drop-offs, tedious payment reconciliation, and slow customer support. So in Paymongo, we make all of that easy. So our payment solutions include our payment links, our payment pages, our robust APIs, and our e-commerce plugins. So if you are a social media seller who are selling on Instagram or on Facebook, our payment links have been very useful for our customers. And with this, you can accept Visa, MasterCard, GCash, GrabPay, and OTC payments via SMS, chat, or email. It's just an easy two-step process to generate links for one-time transactions. Now, if you want to take it to the next level, we have our payment pages, which is basically a reusable payment link that allows you to collect payments from customers without any coding needed. So this will provide you the flexibility to accept fixed or variable payment amounts. And the third product we have would be our robust APIs. So if you have a custom-built website or a custom-built app, you can integrate Visa, MasterCard, GCash, and GrabPay into your website or app with only a few lines of code. We've had merchants who have signed up with Paymongo that have installed or integrated our APIs in less than 3 days. So it only takes that short of a span of time. And lastly, we have our e-commerce plugins. So you can integrate to your Shopify, WooCommerce, or Magento website in less than 5 minutes after creating a Paymongo account. So you see here, this is a GIF of the payment flow if you're integrating Paymongo on your Shopify website. And all of these payment solutions can be consolidated in one dashboard. So a lot of businesses have started out with Paymongo just using payment links for their small business. And as their business grew, they wanted to build their own website. And so they integrated their our Shopify plugin. And so you can consolidate all of these solutions and track all of your payouts, all your transactions, and even issue refunds straight from this dashboard. And if you want to enjoy all of these payment solutions, we even have an accelerator program to top all of this off. So the accelerator program provides you 3 months of free transactions from all of your sales across all payment channels. You'll also be receiving marketing support, wherein you can be featured in our social media platforms to increase your market reach, attract more customers, and build customer networks. You'll also be provided with exclusive webinars and content where you can learn from business experts on how to make your business stand out from competitors. And below, you can see that we will also be providing you access to our affiliate partners. These partners include Pickup.ph, Payo, NextPay, and essentially we can help you in other aspects of your online business. So this is how we show that we think about your business even beyond payments. From software development to e-commerce fulfillment, we've partnered with all the experts that you need. And getting started is fast and easy. If you want to sign up to our accelerator program, you just have to go to paymongo.com/PHSW2021, submit your business documents on our website, and then you can do your express activation in 1 to 3 days. And from there, you can already start accepting payments. And hopefully you can join our 15,000 forward-thinking businesses. Here are some of the logos that you might be familiar with, including Anson's, Beauty Manila, Commonwealth, Nike, and many, many more. So again, if you want to sign up to our accelerator program and get 3 months free in transaction fees, exclusive marketing support, and access to our affiliate partners, you can go to paymongo.com/PHSW2021. Thank you.
Hey guys, my name is Ray, founder and CEO of Acquire. So the problem we're solving is payments, specifically cross-border payments for businesses in the Philippines. B2B2C companies like large enterprises generally face a lot of difficulty with collecting payments, mainly because their requirements are quite complex. For example, API-based payment systems like Stripe or PayPal do not work with large enterprises like real estate or banks because they need integration with ERP systems like SAP and Oracle. Local credit card payment providers, most of them have localized acquiring setup. And of course, remittance channels like Western Union have limited to $3,000 per transaction. Business payments are actually not allowed. Complex payments generally are recurring. They have the nature is cross-border. Typical examples are real estate, banks, tuition, medical billing. These are repetitive recurring payments that require complex integrations. And also the problem with B2B and P2P transfers is both inward and outward of the Philippines. It's very difficult for businesses operating in and out of the countries. SMEs in the Philippines also have extreme difficulty paying vendors, suppliers, and consultants abroad. Hard to move money out of the Philippines. Because bank telegraphic transfer systems are outdated and cannot handle the growing frequency and complexity of international payment activities needed by Philippine businesses. So we have expanded Acquire into a project called Wiremo. The goal is really to empower Philippine businesses to transact with the world by adding new corridors, currencies, and verticals. Basically, the idea is for any Philippine business to just sign up, connect their bank account, and transact anywhere in the world. More than just providing a two-way remittance channel, Wiremo also specializes and leads in complex payments like recurring billing, ERP integration, multi-currency, and multi-quarter. Many things that TransferWise and other competitors don't necessarily do. A sample transaction without Wiremo would be using Western Union and sending money to a trusted person to pay your mortgage in the Philippines. With Wiremo, you don't have to do that because our enterprise partners, the developers or the bank, they can just easily send an invoice to their client and collect payments directly. Revenue model is pretty straightforward, between 2 to 5%. That is a combination of foreign exchange and transaction fees. We generally have a 40% margin. Our average transaction size is $750 for real estate. The serviceable addressable market in the Philippines is a $260 billion cross-border volume per year. And globally, it's a $25 trillion volume. That includes real estate, remittances, BPOs, international trade, you name it. Cross-border payments is big worldwide. Competition, of course, TransferWise, Instagram, they're all unicorns now. But we are specializing in complex payments, not just the typical B2B. So in that way, we stand out from competition. We make invoicing and billing and subscription and auto debit payments and recurring payments easy for our clients. Our go-to-market strategy is right now is to increase our share of wallet. Right now, with our existing clients, we only process 6% of their payments. So there's still a 94% growth rate that we can achieve within our existing clients. Another one is expand into within the real estate segment. Right now, we have 48 developers. There's still 150 more developers we can close. And also expansion into property management companies. And then later on to banks and lending institutions. The third go-to-market strategy is provide payments beyond real estate. So we know the platform is very valuable, not just for real estate, but other enterprises like schools and government agencies. And we started with BPOs already. The BPO payments processing is already live. So our growth strategy really is increasing capacity by adding more currencies available, by adding more corridors, which will ultimately increase in volume because we can serve more clients. Our clients now are the top developers in the Philippines and some of the BPOs, Ayala Land, Aboitiz Land, Mega World, SMDC are some of our clients. We're also now about to close some of the last two remaining ones, like Philinvest. So we have been bootstrapped since we launched in 2016. We did raise our first funding, $400,000 in 2018. And we closed our Series A in 2020, last year, $2.6 million. So we did $31 million in GMV in 2019, broke more than $1 million in revenue in 2019, 1.6 million. 2020, we grew by 50%. So we did $2.4 million in revenue and $45 million in GMV. This year, we're going to hit 85 million to 90 million in GMV and over $4 million in revenue for this year. For 2025, we project $4 billion in GMV and $200 million in revenue. This is because we've expanded to more verticals and assuming we increase to 80% share of wallet. Our vision is to become the lead cross-border business payments platform in the Philippines. We want to help Philippine businesses transact with the world. The next phase is the infrastructure designed for growth, right? We need to build no-code onboarding, which we already started, no integration tech. Our clients can just sign up. And also more currencies and more local acquiring in foreign banks. So we've built 2 new facilities beyond SWIFT. We're now using stable crypto and Forex netting to move money around internationally. We can discuss that more in detail. New corridors and currencies include China, Australia, the UK, European Union, to move money internationally. So we can collect more than just US dollars, but also other currencies as well. For our team, we've been working together for the better part of 7 years. My co-founders, Irvin and Jesse, and Victor Lee is our CFO, and he was one of our early angel investors, and he joined us 2 years ago, bringing along his expertise and experience. And we have Kenji from a banking background. He was working with RCBC's foreign exchange, so he's helping us a lot right now with that as well. He's our COO. Eno came from PayPal, and there's a lot of know-how and in payment security that we got from him. And Ivan and Junji had their business development and sales. We're now a team of 72 people and growing. So far we have raised around $3.5 million combined over the last 6 years. And right now we're raising $15 million for Series B. And this will start with a $2 to $3 million convertible note. We're hoping to close this year. And I'm looking forward to answering any of your questions. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. My name is Rebecca Kirsch. I'm the CEO and founder of Fintech Tang App. Tang App is the international peer-to-peer mobile payment app for the 1.7 billion unbanked globally, and we're starting with the Philippines. I'm Filipino, Dutch, and American, and my Filipino auntie here, my Tita Baby, helped raise me and my siblings, and she's the big inspiration behind Tang App. She's an OFW, and she sends home almost everything that she earns. She pays about 8% per remittance today, and 8% is actually 1/12. So that means that in an entire year of living and working abroad, she's working one entire month just to cover the fees to send home the money that she earned that year. So what about her loved ones receiving the money in the Philippines? So these are some of her loved ones. And unfortunately, they haven't improved that much in household economics. Things have gotten a bit better, but they are still unbanked. So they don't earn interest on savings, they don't have a recorded financial history, and the list goes on. Now, this is what Tang App solves. It helps 10 million Filipino migrant workers like my Tita Baby to send home money, and the receiver can use the same app to cheaply pay bills, pay in store, and they can also use it for peer-to-peer. So Tang App actually taps into a market size of 34 billion that is sent home annually in remittances. And a secondary market that's very interesting is over 200 billion today in annual transaction value happens in domestic peer-to-business and peer-to-peer payments. So Tang App will be significantly cheaper and easier to use, and is the only solution that will allow migrant workers all the way to last mile daily payments done by Filipinos locally. And we're the only one to offer that under one brand, especially for the Philippines. So Tang App, simply put, is a mobile app for smartphones. So here you see some images of the mobile app. And today the app is live in 92 countries, and it already allows for prepaid phone load top-up. So I officially incorporated Tang App about 1.5 years ago in April 2020. And since then, we have gotten a lot done. So we launched the mobile app in over 92 countries. We were fortunate enough to win several awards, including the Harvard President's Innovation Challenge. We've gotten grants from Acumen and the Rockefeller Foundation, and we're a winner in Mass Challenge in the US. And we've also raised an oversubscribed pre-seed round of over 1.5 million US dollars, with our largest investor being Katrina Razon from the Philippines. We also recently got our license and will be launching remittances from the US to the Philippines very soon. Perhaps when you see this, we may already be live. And what's also exciting is I have a fantastic team helping me out. So we today are 15 and we're spread out around the world. We're working virtual and remote for the time being since we were started during the pandemic. And the leadership team that I work with has over 50 years of experience from Visa, PayPal, Western Union, MoneyGram, backgrounds from Harvard. And so I'm very lucky to be joined by these extraordinary people. So our vision at Tang App is that sending money should be as easy as texting. And I think that's a vision we can all easily see, but we're not yet there. So that's what we're excited to build. And we think that sending money should be as easy as texting, also regardless of where you live. And we're currently raising our seed round soon. We have a lot of interest. We're very blessed to have that, but we're always happy to meet with other potential partners. So please reach out, and I look forward to telling you more about how Tang App is changing payments and finance around the world. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. I'm Jeffrey, co-founder and CEO of Twala. Document signing is the core of every business. Let's face it, no sales can progress, nor legal compliance can be processed without signing a document. Meet Sam. Sam is an account executive who processes 10 to 20 sales contracts per day. She has to deal with a death-defying commute and the seemingly endless follow-ups needed to secure all the documents just to close the deal. Unfortunately, that's a sad normal for Sam and for most of us in the metro. And then the pandemic hit. The threat of getting COVID with every interactions we have is a constant thing that we worry about. Physical limitations imposed by lockdowns has slowed, if not closed, businesses down. Now Sam needs to work from home. She has to print, route the document, pick a grab, and have the signer send it back. And she needs to do that for every single signer. No wonder the process takes 7 to 14 days. She waited longer, has spent more, and yet still failed to meet her sales quota simply because of a missing signature. Fortunately or unfortunately, Sam is not alone in this endeavor. Christine from Finance, Lara from HR, and Pierre from Legal shares the same burden as Sam. Missing signature was identified as a top hurdle in closing sales, according to a study that Aberdeen conducted in 2019. It takes about 7 days to complete a signing cycle pre-pandemic. Shipping documents with 3 signers will cost around 1,200 pesos back and forth. In addition to that, a survey conducted by PMAP and PwC in 2020 showed that 73% of 161 CEOs said that the work from home setup will stay even after the pandemic. Things changed when Sam discovered Twala. Twala is the next generation contract management and e-signature platform for signing, verifying, and storing digital contracts and documents. It is powered by blockchain smart contracts, the first of its kind in the Philippines. Blockchain technology guarantees the security and authenticity of your digital documents. Twala helps reduce contract signing time from 7 to 14 days down to just 2 hours. No need to worry about career costs as everything happens online. Twala empowers organizations to be 100% hybrid work ready. With Twala, we are making the contract process simpler, safer, and faster. Anyone can sign contracts anywhere and anytime using their laptops or smartphones. Twala, compared to competitors, provides both electronic and digital signature, making us more legal as it satisfies the requirements of the E-Commerce Act and the rules on electronic evidence. We are the only platform that verifies the identities of our signers by an AI-enabled identity verification or eKYC process. Twala allows real-time document collaborations. Users can edit, comment, and finalize documents before signing. Users also have access to more than 1,000 pre-made contract templates and forms. Twala is 30 to 50% more affordable, a price optimized for the ASEAN market. Every department from every company in all industries have some sort of an agreement workflows that are manual and waiting to be automated. The global e-signature market is worth $25 to $50 billion with an annual growth rate of 36.7%. There are more than 10,000 mid to large enterprises and more than 100,000 small businesses in the Philippines, worth roughly $300 to $400 million. 5% of that translates to $15 million of annual recurring revenue. The demand is already there, as both the public and private sectors are now rushing to implement e-signatures in their workflows and processes. We use subscription as our business model that starts from $10 per sender for unlimited digital signature. We offer custom plans for SMBs and enterprises. We also charge per API cost for our API plans. We have concluded our beta program 3 months ago and now have more than 1,400 users from 130 different companies. We're able to convert 12 companies plus sign 11 more waiting to be onboarded this month. We also have 25 companies now in the sales pipeline waiting for the release of our API plans. We also won in the recent Rescue Startup competition. One of the finalists of Seed Star Manila recently accepted in a DSP's acceleration program and also part of the French Tech Top 6. Our team is a perfect mix of skills and experience to build a company that can scale. We have a total of 18 years of combined IT experience and 9 years of B2B development experience. 5 to 10 years from now, all documents will be born digital and all transactions will be done online. Twala would like to be in the forefront in developing and providing solutions to enable that digital transformation in a way we can all trust. The pandemic has changed the way we live our lives and the way we do business. It brought a lot of challenges and some losses. It has also opened a lot of opportunities. We are Twala. We help businesses shift to the new normal, and we enable trust in the digital world. Thank you.
Hi everyone, good day. I'm EJ Arboleda, the CEO and co-founder of Taxumo. And in Taxumo, we make taxes super easy for the super busy. So the problems that we set out to solve was that taxes, you spend too much time doing taxes. The average taxpayer in the Philippines spends approximately around 2 days every month just on their taxes alone. Aside from that, the process is very tedious and very manual. The simplest taxpayer, let's say you are a virtual assistant working from home, you have to file at least 8 self-reported tax forms in a year. Add to that taxpayer confusion because there are a lot of changes happening, a lot of tax reform being pushed by the government, and that usually results in new forms that you have to fill out, new rates, and new formulas that you have to comply with. So it's very confusing if you have to run your business and keep up with all those tax changes yourself. Now, how Taxumo solves that problem is, number one, we reduce the time spent because all you have to do is enter your income and expense, and in one click, your forms are automatically filled out for you. Taxumo is a web application, by the way. It has bulk upload functionalities, and we are integrating with popular accounting software. It is also 100% online, meaning end-to-end, you can file your forms through Taxumo, and you can also remit your payments through the platform as well. Aside from that, it's always up to date. So you don't have to worry about filing the correct forms or using the correct formulas, because what happens is that you just do what you've always been doing on Taxumo, just entering your income and expense, and come deadline, just click on a button and Taxumo will make sure that you're using the updated forms and updated formulas for your filings. So why now? We believe that the market is currently ready. So the Filipinos are more used to paying for internet-based services. It's also completely online. So you no longer have to go to a bank. You no longer have to go to your RDO just to file your taxes, because Taxumo allows you to do all of that online. And we believe that we are helping MSMEs recover. We are primarily built for micro, small, and medium business owners, and of course, self-employed professionals. And that is a segment actually that employs more than 60% of Filipinos, and we want to help them create even more opportunities for our embattled countrymen. The pricing that we have is very cheap. It's a freemium model. Once you start filing, then you will need to pay for certain plans that you have to pay for. So there's the 8%, the micro and the small and medium plan. What you get will depend on what tax types you have to comply with. The market size that we're going after 39 million taxpayers in the Philippines. That's a TAM of approximately 5 billion USD. And just to give you an idea, 39 million taxpayers is greater than the total population of, say, Malaysia at 33M, Cambodia at 17, and Singapore at 6M. So just the taxpayers alone in the Philippines is a very, very big market. The BIR collected 1.9 trillion in taxes last year. And we want to contribute to getting a bigger share of that tax collection as we go through the life of Taxumo. The traction that we have as of 2021, we currently are very close to 50,000 signups. Actually, as of this month, we have reached that threshold. We have reached 50,000 signups. The biggest signup growth was experienced on March to June 2020 last year during the first quarantine that was implemented. Our users are mostly millennials and Gen X users, so the younger users. And we have a smattering of people from the baby boom generation and Gen Zs as well. In terms of cash flow, as of Q3, Taxumo has already exceeded the total annual revenue versus the previous calendar year. Okay, so we are very good. We are very healthy in terms of our financials currently. Our go-to-market strategy, we do a lot of partnerships. So we're partnered with Lazada, where we help educate their micro sellers. We are partnered with Union Bank, wherein we also help their MSME customers, and we're also partnered with GrabPay, where they feature Taxumo when they have a hashtag adulting campaigns. So our ask and the help we need is fundraising. And why? Because we have a vision, and we want to help entrepreneurs create more opportunities for Filipinos. And we also want to become the bridge to legitimacy for the self-employed professionals and freelancers. And that includes, for example, OnlyFans creators and Axie Infinity players. Currently, we are fundraising and we want to grow and expand and capture the Philippine market. The goal for this round is 1 million USD. We have raised from different sources, such as a venture builder in Singapore and from angel investors, including Maine. And also, of course, grants from IdeaSpace and from ESIP. The founders, there's Kevin, Evan, Ginger, and myself. We have an average of 12 years of experience per founder in IT and technology, banking, finance, legal, accounting, and marketing. So if you're interested in joining us and learning more about Taxumo, please feel free to contact me. I'm EJ Arboleda, and this is my contact info. Thank you so much.
Hello, everyone. This is a presentation by Paymongo for the Philippine Startup Week. Because of economic hardship, an overseas Filipino worker leaves the Philippines to work abroad, remitting back home money to support her family. When she returns, her husband is gone, her kids are suffering from depression, her remittance is squandered with no job prospects. Soon, she'll have to leave the Philippines again. This cycle continues for years, sometimes decades. The long time away leads to broken homes and fractured bonds. I was once an OFW in Singapore for over 4 years. I asked myself, how come many of my fellow OFWs are still in debt with broken families despite record-breaking remittances? My name is Albert Go from Paymongo, and I believe we need to break this cycle. The executive team is composed of me as the COO and business head, while John is our CEO and is task is to produce amazing products. We now have a staff team mostly coming from OFW roots. We enable and educate OFWs to achieve family resilience and financial security through our digital marketplace powered by Fintech, an upskilling platform, and a CSR as a service platform. This is how we do it. Our marketplace is an alternative to remittance. It is a seamless cross-border e-commerce platform where an OFW can make purchases for her family back home, ensuring that they have their basic needs and solving the problem of spending abuse. This year, we introduced a digital wallet in Singapore. It is an enabler allowing for easy top-ups and facilitating payments. And we are currently developing two innovative solutions, the Paymongo Academy, which finds sustainable jobs and business ventures in the Philippines for OFWs, and the CSR as a service solution for corporates and NGOs, bringing aid transparently and efficiently to the marginalized sector. The World Bank estimates that 450 billion US dollars is annually remitted by migrant workers into developing countries. Of that, over $30 billion is remitted by OFWs into the Philippines. And currently, we are actually focusing our efforts in three countries, Singapore, Hong Kong, and Taiwan, which represents a GMV value of over 3.2 billion US dollars. Our gross revenue is 10% of sales and is paid for with discounts from participating merchants and a small service fee and FX revenue borne by the customer. Over the last 18 months, through our delegate program, community building, digital marketing, and partnerships with enterprises, we have lowered our CAC by 80%. Currently, our marketplace has over 8,000 products throughout the Philippines composed of the biggest brands. Because of many OFWs are unbanked and underserved, we have 18 ways to facilitate payments, including our own Paymongo wallet. As a result, we have seen our sales grow by 88% over the last 18 months. I'll tell you why we're different, and three reasons. First, everything we do revolves around the customer. We listen to the customer's heartbeat. Second, what keeps us going is a strong community involvement and spirit. And third, we have proof in delivering social impact, and we are bullish in using modern technologies. This is just the beginning. Over the next 4 years, we will lead a movement to transform the lives of OFWs, building an ecosystem that delivers access to this community. When we get this right, for the first time in her life, an OFW will have financial control and have the plan to return home sustainably. We cannot do this alone. With you and together, let's break this poverty chain. We are looking for impact investors, partners, and aid organization grants. Add me on LinkedIn. Let's talk about it. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. I'm Kevin Gabayan, CEO and co-founder of Plantina. To support financial inclusion in emerging markets, I've hit the streets in Manila and have interviewed hundreds of people. I've met people selling soda on the street corner, paying 20% monthly interest for business inventory. I've met financially responsible young professionals, and I also sat down with my friend and co-founder who was a VP at one of the Philippines' largest companies. And whether they were at the top of the pyramid or the bottom of the pyramid, each of them were rejected when applying for a credit card in the Philippines. And there are over 110 million people in the Philippines just like them, where only 23% have a bank account and only 2% have credit cards. And meanwhile, there's plenty of credit in the West. where buy now, pay later services have created over $80 billion in value, making credit payments even easier. And we'd love to see that in emerging markets, but companies like Affirm don't yet work in emerging markets. For one, there's a lack of data. Only 40% of Filipino adults have a credit history. And second, there's no tech, when you can't offer an API to even giant companies if they don't have the engineering team to integrate those APIs. And so Plantina is making buy now, pay later work in emerging markets. We have data, we partner with merchants to offer their customers more purchasing power, and merchants don't need tech to sell on credit because we make it work with their legacy systems. So Plantina is a pay later service for emerging markets. We enable merchants to sell on credit to consumers with no credit history. With Plantina, we're giving consumers convenient credit, and in many cases, their first credit approval. So consumers can build their credit history by buying goods at their favorite merchants. So my co-founder, Earl, and I met at Stanford Graduate School 14 years ago. I was in a machine learning PhD program, Earl was in business school, and we met because we got all the Filipino graduate students together for regular dinners. And there was just 5 of us then that met, but we challenged each other then, how can we serve the Philippines? And we still do today. I had been a computer vision researcher at NASA Ames, but when I left Stanford to lead data science for Bump Technologies, that app where you bump the phones together to exchange contact information. And that app was downloaded 150 million times. Everyone was bumping photos, so we pivoted into photos, and Google acquired us to build Google Photos. I've always been passionate about driving better outcomes in the Philippines after having volunteered for the Filipino diaspora over a decade. So at Google, I founded a team focused on emerging market credit. Earl has become a pillar of the Philippine startup ecosystem. He did a master's of engineering at Cornell before his MBA at Stanford. He became VP of innovation at Smart Communications, and Smart is clearly one of the Philippines' largest telcos with over 70 million subscribers. He founded some of the Philippines' first startup incubators, Idea Space, QBO, led data partnerships at Bridgewater, and was managing director at Charles Schwab. We're also proud to have a cast of rockstar advisors with global leadership in emerging market fintech consumer lending. So Plantina creates new creditworthiness data. We're bringing more data science skills to emerging markets, helping merchants turn their untapped loyalty program data into better sales. And because we're offering closed loop credit to their customers, then these merchants are willing to co-market the Plantina app, which lowers our CAC. The combination of mobile data, merchant transaction history, and user reported data provides Plantina a data advantage, enabling us to build machine learning models that predict fraud risk, conversion rates, and repayment rates. And merchants don't need to worry about their technical readiness when Plantina can work with their legacy systems. So we set up key accounts and distribute loans on voucher codes so merchants don't need tech teams to sell on credit. So what's been working so far, we've launched the product a year ago. Growth is still fantastic. Just last month, we celebrated both our 100,000th download and our 120,000th download in the same month. So we're quite excited about the growth. Also, month-on-month growth of monthly transacting users have been between 30% and 70% in the last few months. We're proud to have attained an average rating of 4.7 stars on the Google Play Store, with a net promoter score of plus 77. And reviews are happy with how simple and fast it is to get credit. In our first year of operations, we're proud to have been offering a wide array of top national and international scale merchants, including the nation's top merchants in each one of these verticals. Just yesterday, we've added Zalora to the mix as well. Today, Plantina gives consumers credit offers appropriate to their stage in life. We're just getting started. In the future, we look forward to giving consumers even more financial services appropriate to their stage in life. So thanks for your time today. Please say hi at plantina.com. Thanks very much.
Hi, I'm Arnold, the founder and CEO of Packetworks, the telco for things. The Internet of Things is the next evolution of the Internet as we know it, fueling digital transformation, AI, analytics, and automation. Industry pundits are saying that by 2025, there will be 50 billion devices connected to the internet. That translates to 129 million devices in the Philippines. But there's no easy and scalable way of connecting IoT devices and collecting data from the edge to the cloud. Traditional internet is designed to connect people, not things. Short battery life, expensive devices, and complex installations are some of the issues. Packetworks is a B2B2B company. We enable our partners to leverage the power of IoT by removing the complexity and doing the heavy lifting to deliver data to their platforms and solutions. We design and develop easy-to-install low-power devices, and we connect the same devices using our own wireless network. IoT devices and connectivity lays the foundation of the IoT value cycle. Data from IoT devices fuels analytics and AI, which in turn reduces cost, increases productivity, and allows new products and services to be offered. In fact, Packetworks has developed over 30 devices, and we continue to develop new devices every month. We own the IP on these devices, and these are locally designed and manufactured by Filipinos. We're starting with device sales and connectivity, but we plan to evolve into a SaaS business and finally to a data as a service company. We don't really have a lot of competitors. There are companies who offer products that are analogous to our services. GSM and cellular have short battery life. Wi-Fi and Bluetooth are powered, short range. NB-IoT and Sigfox are, in a sense, not yet available in the Philippines. We have 4 differentiators. It takes us 45 to 60 days to develop products from concept to actual product. Our OPEX is close to 0. We have an extremely low customer acquisition cost, and we're developing the whole ecosystem. In terms of traction, we're working with the top 2 utility companies, top 2 telcos, top 10 property and real estate developers, and 25 local system integrators and 5+ international partners. We're across the various industries, offering in different stages of commercialization. These are our growing community of partners and clients. Our run rate right now, our revenue in 2020 is 6.7 million. As of August, our revenue is 5.6, and we're on track in making 9.3 to 10 million pesos in revenue this year. Our burn rate a month is 700,000. We see our growth to be exponential the next couple of years. This graph shows you, our target markets and our actual market traction. We've raised 70.3 million pesos since its inception. 70% of the investment is coming from partners. Over 80% of this went into R&D, infrastructure, and inventory. We're looking at another 335 million pesos in funding, and this will go into expansion of the network, offering SaaS solutions, satellite IoT connectivity, and finally, operational investment. We're composed of a small team, 21 employees, 11 are engineers, 8 are in R&D. We're here to accelerate the IoT adoption in the country. You can reach us at www.packetworks.com or email us at info@packetworks.com. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. My name is Rosalia Gatap, and I am the co-founder and CEO of Bixi, the financial home for women. I came up with the idea for Bixi after working with United Nations for nearly a decade, where I supported millions of women all around the world in desperate need of transformative change. But for me, this wasn't just a job. This was personal. You see, my mother was an overseas foreign worker from the Philippines who fell on hard times. And it was thanks to one critical financial decision that she made that completely transformed our lives. So I went searching for this type of transformative change for women and found myself working in Fintech, first in blockchain and then later in payments, including at Alipay, where I learned how to take small amounts of money from large groups of people and turn that into more capital for the individual. And so I applied this learning and hence Bixi, where our mission is to empower women to know our worth and to grow our worth. And we do this through our AI-powered platform that encourages wealth and savings through knowledge, network, and tools. You see, women are the world's largest untapped market in finance. We're worth $5 trillion. Why? Because we behave very differently than men when it comes to money, and financial institutions are not responding to this. For example, we don't invest because we lack confidence, and we lack confidence because we lack literacy. And we make financial decisions by talking to our friends and our peers, and definitely not financial experts and robo-advisors. And we tend to invest in products that reflect our values. Financial institutions are currently not collecting this data, so they're unaware of how differently we behave. And as a result, we hold over 40% of global wealth and make 80% of purchasing decisions, but fewer than 1% of us actually invest. And this investment gap, coupled with the infamous wage gap, means that we are 80% more likely than men to retire in poverty. So the solution that we devised at Bixi is tailored to the unique way that women interact with money, providing us with the knowledge to gain confidence, the network to make de-risk decisions, and the tools to do something about investing, all on one easy-to-use platform. Our users can set personal profiles, they can transact and create budgets using payment functions, they can set goals and targets. They can share these goals and targets with members of their community of peers and advisors, and they can access gamified learning modules and content to learn about investments. We plan to test in 2 markets in our first 6 months and launch in Asia and Africa in our first year. Our edge is that we have 20 unique B2B partners with UN and INGO agencies and key financial service partners that provide a captive distribution audience of over 200 million women. We have launched in the Philippines this month with our MVP, and our 2-market strategy is twofold here, with pilots with our UN and INGO and FSP partners in the Philippines and digital marketing strategy with key influencers and women's associations. The competitor landscape in this market is woefully limited. In the Philippines, there is a growing appetite for personal finance products, especially in the post-pandemic period, but nothing is tailored for women. However, in our region, we are part of a wave of 5 female Fintech startups from Singapore to India, tackling the $5 trillion gap in novel and distinct ways. So there is plenty of room for competition and, moreover, collaboration. Bixi has 2 revenue channels with 4 revenue streams. We project empowering 8 million women with financial freedom by 2025, which will result in a projected revenue target of over $33 million, in line with an industry valuation of between $250 million to $300 million. Our break-even point is Q2 of 2024. However, beyond the bottom line, we gauge and measure our success on 3 factors. Are we increasing women's net worth on our platform? Are women increasing their knowledge on our platform? And are women increasing their net worth on our platform? Only by increasing women's net worth, building our confidence, and empowering us towards financial freedom can we reach gender parity and move ourselves and our families out of poverty in line with the UN's Sustainable Development Goals. Our team has over 100 years of experience in fintech and impact, and my co-founder built the world's largest payments platform in the aid sector that has reached 70 million people across 40 million countries. Plus, we built a 16-person female-led and majority team. Our traction has been very successful in the past 6 months since we've incorporated. We've signed 20 partnerships with key INGOs and UN agencies and financial service providers. We've raised over $500,000, most recently in an oversubscribed seed round that closed in 1 week. And our prototype has been tested in market, and our MVP has just been released to market. Our offer to take us to the next level of female finance unicorn is that we're looking to raise $3 million in Q2 of next year that will allow us to increase our product features, expand to 4 markets, and treble our client acquisition velocity. Women are currently underserved by financial institutions, but this absolutely does not have to be the case. And Bixi is here to change that by empowering women to know our worth and to grow our worth, because we're worth it. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Christina Oriel, the Chief Revenue Officer of BianiPay, a pioneering global migrant professional neobank that caters to the needs of our Bianis, the modern-day heroes and professionals who work abroad but still send care back home to the Philippines, whether it's to loved ones or to support other financial responsibilities. We're on a mission to disrupt and revolutionize remittance and cross-border payments that are often costly, cumbersome, and inconvenient for those who move between two countries. BianiPay is centered on remittance, but we're expanding beyond that by providing full banking services, as well as loans, including Remit Now, Pay Later in times of emergencies, insurance, global e-commerce, and rewards. How are we doing it? We're connecting two corridors with a seamless banking experience, with a bank in your adopted country and a bank back home. BianiPay is starting with a targeted innovation for the Filipino-American diaspora, which is 4.5 million strong and sends 12 billion in remittances annually to the Philippines. Already, we've been able to reduce the friction of sending remittances by 30%. Filipino Americans are also among the largest ethnic groups in the country, including in California, with a population of 1.65 million. And nationally, this group has a median income of $93,000, yet they have not had banking services tailored to their needs and experiences. For them, we're connecting two banks, East West Bank, the largest Asian American bank in the US, and BDO Unibank, the largest financial institution in the Philippines, to deliver zero transaction fees, market-leading exchange rates, and real-time transfers. Powered by East West Bank, the BianiPay wallet will provide a fully digital banking experience, complete with a debit card. It will reduce the barriers of opening an account with zero minimum deposit and maintaining balance. Here's how it works. Soon, BianiPay users can apply for their bank account right from their mobile phone by logging into the app, clicking on Add BianiPay Wallet, and go through a short process of inputting additional personal details and opt in for the co-branded debit card to start spending. It is our goal to reduce the need for over-the-counter remittances and encouraging the convenience and security of sending digitally by partnering with retailers where users can load their Biani Cash card using cash or credit and use that app to remit conveniently on our app. We're generating revenue in addition to remittance and the other services for a total of $268 per customer, but that will ramp up with an increase of up to $420 per customer. BianiPay launched its early access program this fall, and already we've backed our brand promise for zero fees and competitive exchange rates compared to other market leaders. Over the next 2 years, we have a goal of 100,000 customers, and we're doing it through referral marketing among loyal early adopters, affinity groups to help them with their fundraising efforts while getting new users, in-store activations, including with Seafood City, the largest Philam grocery chain in the US. And when you send your first remittance through BianiPay, you can get a Biani Cash card to spend $50 at the grocery store. BianiPay comes from Tolino Venture Labs, a venture studio based in Los Angeles and the Philippines focused on creating inclusive fintech solutions across the globe in partnership with industry leaders in banking, media, and retail. Our CEO, Winston Demerolo, is a Silicon Valley veteran with 3 successful exits, and we have an experienced executive team, board, and advisors hailing from banking, fintech, engineering, and communications. BianiPay is just getting started, but we're already building the future of fintech. If you're a banking visionary, disruptor, innovator with high migrant corridors, including the US and the Philippines, we invite you to partner with us and make banking truly borderless for our modern day Bianis. Join us and stay connected at bianipay.com.